So let's just review what that is again. An x-intercept is where the graph crosses the x-axis, and the key trait being y is 0 in your ordered pair. The y-intercept is the point where the graph or the line crosses the y-axis, and the key trait here being that x is 0. So to find an x-intercept of an equation, you simply let y equal 0, you solve for x. And then the ordered pair is going to be whatever x turns out to be with the y coordinate of 0. To solve for a y-intercept, you let x become 0, solve for y, and then the ordered pair is going to have an x coordinate of 0 and the y value, whatever y value came out of the equation. Okay, so let's do a few of these to make sure that we're good with this. And first up, let's just do the example that's presented, and I'll give you a way to organize your work. I think that a table arrangement makes it really nice and clear. So give yourself a table. One column is x, the other column is y. And we're just going to let the variables take turns being 0. So if y is 0, it means I'm going to set the equation equal to 0, and I'm going to solve for x. And when x is 0, I really don't need to do any calculating, because when x is 0, this entire term is going to be 0. Anything times 0 is 0. So the y-intercept is really just going to be the constant, or the number without the variable. So there's really no calculating involved with that. That's actually pretty quick. Let's see, let's do number 3 on the video. Let's do number 3, so we'll draw our table. And I'm going to do number 3. And let the variables take turns with the value of y. First of all, let's do this. When x is 0, y takes on the value of 2. And then whenever y is 0, I'm just simply going to set the equation equal to y. Subtracting 2 from both sides, and now multiplying both sides by -3 over 4, and that's going to give me 6 over 4 positive, double negatives, so that value is going to end up being positive 3 over 2. Now, the line asks you right here to give the x-intercept. The x-intercept is going to be the ordered pair 3 over 2, comma 0. Noting that y equals 0 is the defining trait for that. And then the y-intercept is going to be 0, 2. I think that the ordered pair presentation is best, but when you're asked just for an intercept, an x-intercept, if you just wrote 3/2 and a y-intercept is 2, that would be okay, because the assumption is made that you understand which variable is 0 and which variable is not 0. I still prefer the ordered pair presentation. Let's look at a few of these, and I want to look at some of the graphing with this. And let's see, I would like to look at numbers 9 and 10. Number 9. Okay, so for a problem like number 9, I'm looking at 9, 15, and 45. 9 and 15 are factors of 45, so it's going to make graphing by the intercepts actually kind of nice. If I let y become 0, then I'm left with this. And if I let x become 0, then I'm left with negative 15y equaling 45. Y is negative 3. So for graphing purposes, and the grid is small, but so let's see. Okay, there's 5 and then negative 3. And then when I connect up the intercepts, it forces me to graph in the proper direction because I'm connecting the intercepts. Therefore, I'm forced to connect the points so that my positive slope or my negative slope would emerge just from the intercepts. So I'm going to leave this on the board, and I would like to look at number 10 for a minute. So trying to determine if I would really like to graph by the intercepts, so it's something like number 10, I noticed that 2 and 7 are not compatible as far as division and getting an integer outcome. So for a problem like number 10, I would probably opt to go ahead and put this in slope-intercept form. So you would have the option, if graphing by the intercepts is convenient, then do so. If it's not, then convert it to slope-intercept form. So let's do this. This is going to be negative y, negative 2x plus 7, and making y positive just means that everyone else takes the different value. This is much easier to graph than trying to graph intercepts, trying to graph an x-intercept of 7 over 2. So I just wanted to present that option. And when you know everything and internalize all of the skills, then you have the ability to analyze and decide if graphing by the intercepts is actually more convenient than converting to slope-intercept form and graphing in that manner.